Good morning. I'm called Taban Kenyi Emmanuel. Yeah, I'm a Saudi Sudanese, born in Kajokej County, Central Equatoria State. Yeah, I was taken to Uganda for exile during the SPLA 1983 civil war that broke out, and our people from Kajokej went to Uganda. That was in '88, and I was taken when I was 10 years. And I had my primary education, the secondary, and I went also to teacher training college. That was in Nairobi, after which I upgraded for my diploma in education in the Deje University in Kampala. After that, I taught for 2 years, and I also went for upgrading in a Bachelor's of Education in Uganda Matters University, also in Kampala. After that, I came back as a returnee to South Sudan. That was in 2007. And I also started working with some of the NGOs. In 2011, I got an opportunity to go for my master's in education. That is in Oslo University in Norway. And when I completed, I also continue with my work with the NGOs in South Sudan.
Yes. And you've also worked in teacher training, I believe.
Exactly. I worked in a teachers training college. I was the tutor in charge of teachers' continuous professional development. I was in charge of in-service teachers training program, where it caters for the Congolese refugees, teachers in a Lasso refugees camp in Yei County, as well as teachers from Sudan, especially from Blue Nile and Nuba Mountains. They were brought to that college for training. So I was the one in charge for their training. And I did it for 2 years, in which I got this scholarship to go for my master's in education. That was the time when I officially resigned for that special offer. So I really felt I have to build my education capability so that I become a proper and professional teacher. And that was what I did. And I studied international education and development for my master's, which was meant for 2 years. And I also wrote my thesis on how a school can be a child-friendly learning environment. And I also did that research in Yei, and in which it was really very exciting, and that wanted me really to go and do some presentation on that research, because they said it is a research of interest. They have never got it in the South Sudan written before, because it includes also the aspect of learners with a disability to be inclusive. The regular school should be inclusive. So that was what I did. And when I was with the Norwegian Refugees Council, I also did a teacher training for most of the teachers who are of Arabic background. So I have to take them through their methodologies and the English language, so that at least they are able to deliver their lessons while they are teaching. So I managed to take them through the basic English, where they can prepare the scheme of work, the lesson plan, and how to prepare the teaching and learning materials, which they can use from the local environment where the commercial teaching learning aids are not in place. So that was something very important. And then the teaching methodologies, according to Paulo Freire, who said learners should never be considered to be empty barrels, but these are human beings with rich experiences, and their experiences need to be tapped. So I also ensure that the teaching methodology should be the learner active participation, where you study them in groups, you assign them an assignment, you monitor how they do it. Then in their group, they should have a group leader who will do the presentation. And your role is now to supplement on what they have left out. And to me, that has really impressed me in the field of education. I really felt I should do a lot in a special school like IGBS, which is a girl school which has been marginalized for a long period in the Republic of South Sudan. They have never gone to school because of cultural beliefs. But these cultural beliefs, to me, are not big challenges, but they can be adjusted through reaching the communities, through the parent-teacher association and the board of governance. When we come for meetings, we discuss those issues, and we also reach them in their communities through those messages. Yeah.
Great. Well, you've got a lot of experience that's going to be very valuable for IGBS. I can hear that. Can you tell me why you wanted to become a teacher? What motivated you to be a teacher?
When I was in my primary school, one of my teacher, whom I can still remember him, he really motivated me to feel, to be like him, because he was ever smart, the way he talked to people. He is always, mentoring us that you are going to be successful people. He believed if we continue with this spirit, we shall be the leaders of this nation. For him, he only completed secondary education. He has not gone for training, but he loved teaching. So from there, I feel I took that concept. So when I really also completed my primary education and I joined the secondary school, which was supported by Jesuit Refugee Services, I think that was a Catholic organization. They really supported me, and the head of GRS, that was Brother Mike, told me that, Emmanuel, you have some skills of leadership. So in the future, if you completed your secondary, I wanted you to be a teacher. That really motivated me. So a teacher to me is a role model, and I also feel I should also be a role model to these young girls. And when I came, I found that the environment itself is a child-friendly learning environment, which is very conducive, where teaching and learning can go very well without any interruption, because it is isolated, not just within the community setting. And I have to come with the slogan to the learners that all the girls learners can do. All the girls can do. This is to encourage all of them.
And what have you discovered? You've been at the school now for just a small number of weeks. What have you discovered about the culture of the school, how it organizes itself, and what are you pleased to see?
Yes, thank you so much. The culture of the school here is that culture that cater for the holistic growth of the learner, academically and spiritually, and through the co-curricular activities, they really develop in all the domains. And that is one thing which is very unique, and I like it. Because the academic excellence is not only to do with the teaching subjects, but also the clubs that the girls are participating in are very important, including the games and sport, which we call it, we can put it under co-curricular activities. These are very important. And I felt what I need to do as the head teacher here is to have more clubs included, things to do with the debating, to do with the Scripture Union, the Young Pharmacy Club, and healthy clubs, music, dance, and drama. This is why when we had the Board of Governance meeting, I even came with the suggestion that we need to have a school bus that can take out these girls in order to compete with the other schools within the state. And this will put the name of the school in the map of South Sudan, and I'm dreaming to have what we call it mentoring a program. I even shared with the board. When I arrived, the teachers told me that one of the challenges they are having here is the issue to do with the dropout girls. And to me as a teacher, I really mind a lot. Even if a single girl has dropped out, I'm not happy with that. And in order to address these issues, I will have to work with the senior woman teacher who will be my focal person in charge of this mentoring. And I will offer her some training that will enable her to manage the issue of mentoring.
Great. It's clear that you're bringing a lot of new ideas and a fresh approach within the school. What is your top priority at the moment for improvement of the education of the girls?
Thank you so much. My immediate priority, one, is to bring closely the Board of Governance and the PTAs so that these two bodies, they know that the school belongs to them, and without them, the school will not move forward. Whatever we do here, they should be able to support us. One is enrollment, two is retention. Once the girls are in the school, they should be retained until they complete their cycle of education. Two, have to make sure the teachers are given enough knowledge and skill to impart to the learners during the teaching and the learning process. Those who are in charge of sports, they are taken it through the sport so that they are able to give the right information to these learners. Two, in order to improve on this result and also to tie the girls down at home when they have gone for holidays, this is what I'm going to share with them tomorrow. I'm going to have a meeting of academic staff meeting where I'm going to tell them the term for the third term is coming to an end, and all the teachers are going to prepare holiday package that should be given to these girls, and they go with this question bank and they answer this question bank during the holiday period, and this will be emphasized to them. And that's what I'm going to do as a priority. There should be continuous assessment given to these girls, and it should be recorded in what we call it progress record. That progress record will show how the girl is performing, where weaknesses are, then they can be given remedial exercise to cater for the slow learners. Because not everybody is a quick learner, but they are average, but these slow learners also need to be brought up so that they catch up with the rest and they fast together. And that's where equity comes in.
Great. And I'd like to ask, have you met parents and community leaders yet in your role as a head teacher? And what are they telling you about the school?
Thank you so much. I've met them. I've met them before even the Board of Governance stroke PTA meeting took place. Some of them, after hearing that there's a new head teacher in the school, they ran and they said, "Are you the head teacher whom we are waiting for?" I said, "Yes, I'm the one." And then finally God has brought to me, "I'm in your community. I'm Emmanuel from this state." Then they say, "We will have everybody here. What we are requesting you to do is you make this school a great school, and you have a very good legacy here. You are our son. We don't have any problem with you, but we are praying that this school, you move it forward to be a university, a college." The next thing that the community also said was that they are going to avail for IGBS a piece of land for farm. Because under the farm, I told them there is a need this time to have animal production as well as crop production. And these two things will cater for the learners' diet. They cannot eat the beans from Monday to Monday, but there should be some green to supplement. We have the cabbages, we have the tomatoes. This thing can grow here. The land is very fertile. The land is very fertile. So we discussed a lot of this, and I have an idea of introducing poultry, goat keeping. I've seen some local goats being kept around here, which is very good. We need to improve on that. And number two, there is a need to grow more fruit trees like mangoes, avocados, jackfruits, brotherheart, orange. I think this will be of help to the nutritional, benefit to these guys. And these complete diets are not the things that I even bought from outside. Locally, we can make them. We have to make use of the soil. This arable soil is very productive and fertile. We can do some of this. And the other thing in relation to this, I want to design this compound to be a talking compound with a lot of messages, the vision, the mission, and the core values of IGBS should be written in banners, then with some other messages of health protection, health like HIV is dangerous, it is healed, it has no cure. Corona is real. We keep social distancing. All that to have that talking compound with some artistical drawings on the walls, things to do with the map of South Sudan, the diagrams, so that this promotes a kind of incidental learning to my dear girls. And when they just look at all those writing, they are just learning by themselves in the absence of the teacher. And all this can be done when we are working together as a team of the staff of IGBS, as the Board of Governance and the PTA, and as peaks of trustee who are supporting us with this opportunity. I've never seen a special school like this, even when I spent most of my life in Uganda, I've never found it in Uganda. And in South Sudan, when I saw this school in the website, I even decided to leave my work, which I was working. It was anyway the same empowerment for girls. My previous job, I was working for Girls Education South Sudan. Yes, but I decided to resign from there because I know this is a school where I will be fully to operate and manage it together with all the stakeholders. Thank you.
Fantastic. It seems that you're really bringing a fresh start with lots of imaginative ideas, and you're talking about a new IGBS is very welcome. I think your background in terms of your work on child-friendly environments and teacher continuous professional development, your ideas for farms. I love the idea of a talking compound. I think, thank you very much this morning for talking to us about your first few weeks at IGBS. And I hope we can interview you again, maybe next term, to see how some of these ideas are coming along. So thank you very much, head teacher.
It's okay.